There we go. We are live. Let me get this into some groups. It's been a big week for us. We assigned one. Thought I was going to make 100. Did not make 100. But you know what happens? It happens to the best of us. At least I wasn't like Sleepy Dean trying to assign the Empire State Building. Let me refresh this. If you are tuning in live, drop a comment. Tell me where you're from. Let's get these into our Facebook groups. Again, if you're on here live, we got to get this on our IG. Please let me know where you're from. There's one. As we're getting this in here, we just got a package of 13 houses of student housing that someone wants to sell for, I want to say he wants 4.7 million for them. It's like a 5 cap. Low key, it's in an A-class area. And it's like some people may push back, oh, it's a 5 cap, it's not good. It's pretty solid for a certain type of investor. And it's 13 houses with 56 total students, and each student pays $700 a room. To me, that's really interesting. I think it'll be interesting to see because the houses are all in the neighborhood. Houses are selling for like 600 grand. And so if the houses are selling for like 600 grand, that will be, if we go 600 grand times, all right, we're good to go. We got people in here. Who we got in here on IG? Got some people on IG. All right, here we go. Let's get to go on. Got into our groups. Hey, Fatima, this is Stratton. We're talking about the commercial building you have. You wanted to sell a commercial building. Is now a good time for you to talk? Great. It's going to take us like 15 minutes. Is that okay? Great. Okay. Are you two both selling it together or not proficiently? Okay, that's fine. So on the call, typically our clients want to know 3 things, right? What our process looks like, how much they can get, and when they can get it by. Am I missing anything? Okay. And then obviously, just for me to figure out whether or not we can even help you, I'm gonna have to ask you a bunch of questions, and some of them may even come across as personal. Is that okay? Great. And then at the end of it, naturally, 1 or 2 things is gonna happen. Either we're gonna work together or we won't. I always tell them, at least if it's a no, at least you know your options. If we work together, great. Either way is okay. Is that okay with you? And then if at any point in time I feel like we're not a good fit for you, I'll let you know. I won't feel comfortable doing the same. Is that okay? Great. And then sound like a really nice lady. And most people who are nice, they don't want to hurt our feelings. Can you promise me? I promise you're not gonna hurt my feelings. Can you just promise me you'll tell me no instead of think it over? If you tell us no, it's not gonna hurt our feelings. Is that okay? Great. All right. How much were you guys looking to walk away with when you sold it? 50K. Okay. What was the reason she was looking to get 50K out of it? Okay. And is it currently vacant? Okay. When was the last time someone was even in the building? Less than 2. Wow. And how much was it rented out for before it went vacant? Oh, wow. 1,500? And what have you guys done to try and sell this property? And no one's wanted to give you guys an offer? Hmm. I don't even know if this would be something that we'd be able to buy as far as, like, cash goes. How negotiable was your mom on 50K? Because I don't see even any movement yet. Oh, where are you? Mhm. I and is there an hmm. I gotta be honest with you, it's probably not something we'd be able to buy. I mean, nothing in the area has even sold recently, and there's just not a lot of we flip houses, and there's just not a lot of activity, but I'll talk to the team, back to you guys, um, and we may be able to qualify you for another option, but if it's been vacant for 2 years and it's really beat up, that'd be really tough to buy. Okay. Let me talk to the team and we'll get back to you probably tomorrow or later today. Is that okay? Awesome. Thank you so much. You have a great day. Bye bye. Man. All right. I want to show you guys where Wapello, Iowa is. Actually, just go look it up. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane that I mean this even exists, but it's in a town of like 3,000 people. We wouldn't be able to do anything with it even if we novated it. So what I'll do, we set an appointment. But this lead came back to life from our drip campaigns. Actually, cancel on our DigiStopper. I don't think this woman could give away this property. We had to cancel one today. Let me respond. Hey, Todd. But she. So right now, our sales admin and just our overall admin, Honey, is out for a funeral. And so we aren't getting some photos scheduled, which is fine. Do we want to go through our due diligence? We have Dennis, good one. Elizabeth, good one. Arthur, rough one. Let's see if we can get Linda on the phone. Great. We were going to buy a house in Reading. This one got kind of disappointing. Let's see if we can call again. Okay. All right. That one, if we get that one, that one's a solid hotel for us. Dennis. I've been trying to get a hold of this guy. So we have two portfolios that we're working of like, I think 20 and 13. These ones are the good ones. So the guy I'm calling right now, that's a follow up on a lead that we had to where he has a portfolio that he wants to sell us. And for some reason, he was like, "Yeah, I'm ready to go." And we didn't even talk prices yet. I was like, "Yeah, can you just send me what you got?" But that last lead we had was trash. Lead in Alaska. Let's see. Well, got a bad number with that one. And typically with Lead Zolo, we get these things refunded. Man, sometimes these ones suck. I don't know if Sinead's watching this right now, but Sinead Jordan with Simply is the best affiliate person I've ever had in my life. Sinead is amazing. She's still watching. I'm talking to her about our links now. Man, we're getting leads in good cities, and then the leads in good cities, nobody's fucking answering. Stratton Brown. Let's try. Son of a bitch. Hi, Sahab. This is Stratton. You reached out to us about selling your property on Cambridge. Did I catch you at a bad time? Awesome. How much were you looking to walk away with when you sold this property on Cambridge? On Honestly, I don't even know. Generally, if you're going to sell a property, you know how much you want for it. Like when you go and you sell a car, about 200. Any reason in particular for that price? Oh, okay. When you say move on, what exactly do you mean? Oh, wow. Okay. This call will probably take us 5, 15 minutes. Is that okay? By the end of it, my entire goal is to know whether or not we're going to work together. Yes is good. No is okay too. Is that all right with you? Great. And if at any point I feel like we're not a good fit for you, I'll let you know. Is that okay? And that's why I feel comfortable doing the same thing. And then sound like a really nice guy. Typically, when people are nice, they don't want to hurt our feelings and they want to tell us they need to think it over instead of just telling us no. Can you promise me you won't do that to me? Great. I mean, so you're traveling a lot. Is this a rental for you? Is this a house? What's going on? I'm looking right here. It says it sold in March. So you just bought it? Okay, you just bought it for about 95. That looks like you got it for a steal. Okay. I mean, it looks like 200 grand is a little bit over retail. Have you thought about just listing it with a realtor? I'm not even sure, but I mean, if one of them's selling at 185 fully rehabbed, I know we wouldn't be able to do 200 grand. I don't even know what my offer would be. My big thing is for you. If we're not even gonna be at 200, should we even continue the phone call? Oh, okay, when you say you're flexible, like 10, 20 grand flexible? Uh-huh. Mhm. And about how much have you invested into this one? About 40 grand? I mean, my man, we're not gonna be at 150. We flip houses, and it sounds like you flip houses too. You know, I mean, if we're not gonna be there, I just don't wanna waste your time. It sounds like you're a smart guy. Yeah, that wouldn't even be we wouldn't make any profit. I wish we could. Alright, awesome. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Alright, generally, when it's a dude, he comes out, he says he knows what he's saying. He was even a realtor, and he's like, "I want 200 grand," and then everything on the market's for sale for 200 grand. Um, I always cut to the chase, especially with, like, Middle Eastern dudes. Middle Eastern dudes are usually pretty savvy, I'm not gonna lie. They know what they're doing, they know what their property's worth, but he doesn't really have any interest in selling. He's already flipped it. For me, I just don't wanna waste my time. So what we'll do, we'll put this on an active drip, just long-term follow-up. Offer too low landlord, dead lead. Need to update my offer on this. We would offer honestly like 90. Oh, we got a new lead. All right. New lead coming. Can you guys hear me by the way? Do I have my I don't think I could hear the seller. Well, I'm not gonna lie. More times than not, Indian dudes, Middle Eastern dudes, and Chinese dudes, we never get deals from.
Please leave your name and message. I'll get back.
Oh, well. And whenever anybody puts in they're looking for a quick sell and it's in excellent condition, I try not to prejudge the leads. I really don't. I just try and call the leads because you never know. People put up their defenses. But Jesus, dude. If we called all those, there's Lisa.
Forwarded to an automated voice message.
Calling our man George.
Forwarded to an automated voice messaging. Forwarded to an automated voice.
No answer. Next lead.
I can't come to the phone right now, but if you're leaving,
This motherfucker texted us back the other day. We were so close.
I can't come to the phone right now, but if you leave your name and number, I'll get back with you. Thank you, and God bless you.
The mailbox is full.
Charles. Have been trying. So, all right, Charles, we've been trying to get a hold of you to talk about that house on Herschel. Have you given up on selling? Bow. Next lead. Anybody who won't pick up their phone and just says, send me an offer? Generally, we're not going to do good with them. Honestly. I don't think those guys responded either. So we have text messages going out all day, every day to all of our leads, no matter what.
Please leave your message for.
Let me check if I got his information. The lady's calling you back, love. Who you're trying to make a email to, the novation offer to. I think it says Elizabeth. Okay. Hi, this is Stratton.
Yes, hi. I got a text message saying you guys are trying to reach Miss Susan or myself, and I'm trying to return the call.
Awesome. I think we got it figured out. We're in contact with Miss Susan right now. We just need to get her back
Miss
on the phone.
Susan's here at my house right now with me.
Oh, she is. Let me have
Yes.
Kalani from our team give her a call. If you wait like 30 seconds.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if she has her phone on her. Hey, Susan. Susan, do you have your phone on you right now? Can you just have this Kalani call my phone number?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Right.
This is lady from the house.
You should probably ask her if your phone number's coming up as spam.
No, for my personal number.
Oh.
Yeah. Because Susan said specifically that she didn't want the yes or no decision to be given.
Okay. Let me know how it goes. She's ready for her call.
Forwarded to an automated. Forwarded.
So when our leads are not picking up, how long has this one been in here? Still got time. But the text messages are still going through. We're still good. And we rotate our number anyways. And we've got everything unspammed, which is awesome. Like we used to have a number from like Pennsylvania that we were using that was spammed, and we got it unspammed. Also, we have about 3 deals that we have going on JV wise.
Hello. Sorry, I'm not able to come.
She always has the most deceptive voicemail. Dawson Hernandez, send me a DM with your deals. Kelvin Cha, I work all day, every day, if you want me to be honest, especially right now because my son's with his mom. And so I want to take advantage of the opportunity.
Please leave your message for 50.
So like because when my son's home, I need to spend time with him, right? But when my son's not home, I would rather, so like this morning, last night I went to bed at like 11. I woke up at like 6. I opened up my laptop and I just started doing my stuff. Then I started making calls. And then I went to the gym for about an hour. And then I came back, made more calls, and then hopping on the phone, essentially. Like I've just been on the phone all day. That's typically how my day goes, is phone calls and meetings. It's not very sexy. It's just me walking, talking with my hands, being on the phone, either selling a seller, selling a deal to a buyer, selling a storage workshop, or selling some type of VAs. Like my day, all day, every day is just selling stuff and then selling the team on the visions of everything else that we're doing. But Dawson, I mean, you may have bad deals. You may not. I don't know. We have some deals. We just had to cancel one today because we couldn't move it. And we went back to go renegotiate because I was like, hey, here's your option. Either you can go down to like 10 to 15 because another house just hit the market as is, same thing at 20, or you can hold it and just walk away. And he was like, oh, we'll just hold it and walk away. And that for that one, he was like calling us to see what was going on. And I feel good doing that, just letting him know, like, hey, bro, this isn't going to work. And it happens from time to time. Let me move our investor list. Of course, Kelvin. If you guys do have any questions, I don't know how long this Dawson dude's been in here, but I'll send him a DM and hopefully we can help him sell these 5 houses. We have all sorts of issues. Selling stuff has been hard, and I'm moving more into novations because we've run into the same thing.
Forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone.
Kalani.
To voicemail.
Hello?
Hey, Chantel, this is Stratton. I'm just calling to check in with you. I know your son you just lost, and you told us to follow up with you in a couple days
Say what?
about selling your house on Nelly Street.
Okay, what about it?
You reached out to us about selling it.
Yeah, I was going to do that, but I changed my mind.
What changed?
I just changed my mind. I'm going to let my kids stay there.
Okay, we'll just follow up with you in a month then.
All right.
All right, thank you. So her son just died. So all we'll do, move her to warm lead.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try. I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye.
One more time.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
So we got someone with 3 in Dawson, Indiana. All right, this lead is an official lead that goes into no contact. We're about to hire on a leads manager too with our another admin. That person's sole job is just to pound our no contacts. I think she already sold this one. Kalani's downstairs pitching an ovation for a house that's in the middle of nowhere in Oklahoma, to where hopefully it goes nice.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
Man, a lot of no answers. Friday afternoons are always slow though.
Has been forwarded to an automatic voice.
Hello. Thanks for calling Iron Front Developments LLC. I'm unable to take your call right now. So please leave your name, number, and a detailed message, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Once again, thanks for calling Iron Front Developments.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Looks like we're going to help the young dude sell some of his deals. Okay, someone said, what's my go-to line when I'm calling pre-foreclosures? How should that first call look like, and what did you recommend I say? I would just say, hey John, this is Stratton. We specialize in helping people stop foreclosure. We have about 7 different ways that we can help people stop their foreclosures. Did I catch you at a bad time? And then I just play around with it from there. Most people in foreclosure are getting hammered with phone calls, and they just want someone to help them. And if you help 2 people get one, let's say, and I don't really do a lot of foreclosure marketing. Back when we did, I just door knocked and just said, hey, you interested in selling your house? And it kind of worked. That's how I would approach it, Dustin. And thanks for the hype with mine and Steve-O's calls.
Please leave your message for Sandra. Please leave your message for.
Let's see here. Kalani, do you want to come up here and talk about it real quick? Why don't I just Slack her? Look at that. You want to tell me about said house? Can you hear me? me see here. You should be able to hear me. So tell me about the Elizabeth chick is the frantic one, and then the old lady's just like, yeah, I do this all the time. I'm just gonna foreclose on her house.
Whoa, where'd you get that?
I mean, if she did a rent to own, I feel like people are used to that, and they're just used to kicking people out now.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
So how did it go?
I'm not gonna say that you're wrong, because I do know. I mean, if you have squatters in your property and you don't live there, I feel like that may not be a terrible assessment. But I called her. She was frantic per usual. And so I first established that Susan was there, of course, and tried to build rapport with her. I went in. I was like, hey, I apologized for the delay. I told him I think there was a phone error because when I'd called Susan the last 2 days, it would go straight to voicemail, so I wasn't sure if she was getting my calls.
Was
I
she?
didn't want to. They said that it's a hit or a miss with her phone, that sometimes it will do that. So they didn't feel that I wasn't, not caring about their property.
Okay.
And then I did let them know that, hey, I made sure that this was still a priority to reach Susan, so we haven't sent out any offers because we wanted to make sure that amount that we had for this property was still delivered to Susan first before we went and purchased any of the properties right now, which is not a lie. We didn't send out any offers.
Kalani, my phone died. Can you come up here real quick? I would like to finish, but Slack doesn't work. Kalani's upset. So she was pitching her first novation. Yeah. Could you come up here, please? You don't have to be in my live. You can just talk to me.
I ideally wanted to pitch it to Susan alone first.
Yeah, why? I don't get why the other chick's involved.
I don't really understand either because Susan was like, yeah, any yes or no's has to go through me. It's okay. We can always loop in Elizabeth afterward. You're the final decision.
Can you speak up a little bit?
You're the final decision maker. And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, awesome. I told you about the phone error though, to where it would just go straight to voicemail. So then I set the stage and I said, hey, do you want the long story? Because I think I set it up well. We just don't have it recorded because it was off my personal phone.
That's shitty. Okay.
But I set it up really well.
Can you come over here so we can hear it on the live? You're not going to be on the live. You're just going to be right here so people can hear it on the live.
So people critique me?
Yeah, so I can critique you is all.
I didn't sign up for this.
Okay.
Let them know that, or went over the reasons that they wanted to sell. The timeline that they wanted was as soon as possible. And that based off of, and I let them know beforehand how we get our numbers because that's what a lot of them want to know. I said we always pull it off of what the market is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I let them know, being that it is rural market, it took a little bit longer because we couldn't really find enough data in the area. And they agreed, like, yeah, I could see that. I said, okay, awesome. Because of this, we do need to be a little bit more careful, and that the range that they would be giving is about 30,000
Okay.
cash. I hope I didn't speak for you guys, but I look at my job to be your guys' advocate, and I said that's not gonna work. Because they were like, oh, and like, yeah, you're right. That's.
Okay.
I said, okay, awesome. I thought the same thing. So what I did is I actually went to see if your property pre-qualified for a program that we offer. That's called a concierge program. Only 1 in 10 of our properties ever qualify for it.
1 in 20.
1 in 20 of our properties ever qualify for it, but I wanted to see if you guys would qualify before I even brought it to your attention. This is essentially a white glove service where we can actually sell a property for you guys. And the reason why we like to do this route is in these more rural markets, it allows us to use our local resources to sell a property for more than what the original offer was. Still all cash. The only difference is rather than 30 to 60 days, we're looking at 60 to 90 days. Nothing more on your end. It's a white glove service, but I do want to offer it to you guys.
Okay, so generally, when we first talk to them, and we set it up with like, hey, we don't want to think it over, and then we can just kind of push into it.
So they did say like, oh, we need to talk. She like immediately was like, oh yeah, we need to talk it over, and like Susan was like, I said, okay, I hear you. I do want to let you know that this is our offers only have a shelf life of 24 hours max. That we actually held off on giving out other offers because we wanted to make sure that the number that we have for your property is a number that we have allocated for you, and that we don't give it out to other. We don't use that money to purchase other properties.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, I understand. But I think I'm gonna follow up with Susan because I can't go through Elizabeth. I just could not get through Susan. So how would you have handled that? Because I texted her, I called her 3 times today, twice yesterday.
I would, now that I know her phone just doesn't work and she like waited for your call, I would just call her every hour on the hour, like double call her.
Maybe sure. Okay.
And be like, hey, and if she's like, hey, you're bugging me, I'm like, Susan, I don't know if my calls are going through.
Yeah, I left her. And then I left her so many voicemails that her voicemail box was full.
Okay.
So then today I wasn't able to even leave a voicemail.
And did you talk to Susan? Like, Susan, did you get any of my calls?
She said that she has her phone with her, and she said no.
Okay.
Actually.
And that's fine. So I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna keep calling until I get a pickup. Hope I'm not bugging you. But that's, I just preface it with that. So like, your phone may blow up if you don't answer. And it's just because I don't know if you're getting my phone calls. So I'm just going to call until I get a pickup.
Okay.
Because I figured you wanted a pickup.
Okay.
Right. And so that'd be easier to like frame it that way early on. As I was talking to them at the beginning, at the preface of that, like in our offer script, we have it there. It's just cash. Blah, blah. Does it work for you? Is this, if I could get you to 60,000 on this concierge, do you think, and if we frame it that way,
Okay.
if I could get you 60,000 on this concierge, is that something you guys, you think, could you be able to commit to working with us?
Okay.
And they could just say, and they could be like, yes, no. I'm like, okay. So if I go back to my team, I'm like, hey, we're at 60. Would you guys be okay moving forward?
So then we bring in our script and not going off of the script that we.
And then I could be like, you know what? Let me put you on hold for a couple minutes. And so you're saying you're good at 60? Yeah, you know what? I think we'd be good at 60.
Do you think I would have been? I personally don't think I would have gotten an answer from Frantic Elizabeth in the room.
This is just what I would go for, because when I have them there, I don't want to let them off the phone.
That I agree. Okay.
And so if I could do that, right? And so like the guy I was on the phone with him for 50 minutes yesterday, and I just put him on hold and I was doing stuff because he was ready to sell. I knew he was ready to sell.
Yeah.
And so with them, and then I was like, hey, if I can get you this, and I go back to the team and I go to bat for you, is that something you can do?
Because I did that with. I'm not gonna say.
Can you see who's calling me?
Is that calling you? It says potential spam.
Hello.
I agree, but I liked how you used the verbiage, but put it back because I did the same thing last week. But this was my first novation pitch, and so I try to use it off of the script as much as I could.
To where if I can get them there and we can get decisions made
Yeah.
immediately,
Mm-hmm.
that because like if we don't, then it's really really hard
To get them back.
to get them back on the phone.
No, I agree. Even though she's been blowing up our fucking phone.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Okay.
And so that way it's like back and forth. It's in the negotiation right here, right now. And then you can pin her down. You can pin down that decision, and then we can just go from there.
Yeah.
And so you more than likely would have got it signed.
If it was just Susan, though.
Yeah. But even I'd be like, Elizabeth, I'm honest, this is really like Susan's thing.
Okay, I didn't know like
If
how like
if Susan said that, I'd be like, Elizabeth, this sounds like Susan's thing. Susan, is this something that like if we could do 60, you could make it happen? Because Elizabeth doesn't have any equity stake in the property.
Nope.
It's just a rent to own.
Yeah.
And she's just trying not to like get evicted and be homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I would approach that. And then that we get them pinned down. We're on a 30-minute phone call. And you could just be like, Elizabeth, are we here?
But then moving around and like addressing it to Susan.
Yeah.
Because I did address to Susan, but not like the actual going around Elizabeth for the offer directly to Susan.
Yeah,
It's like,
Susan
Susan, if I could do this, is that something that you would want to move forward with?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they wouldn't run away. We wouldn't have to get them back on the phone because I have this one in Reading right now where I let her off the phone. And I had her at like 550. I had her at 350. It's worth 450 the way it is. And now she's not picking up.
Okay.
To where if we got them, we can put them on hold. We can get it done. Let's just get it done because odds are we're going to lose it.
Okay.
Especially because like this isn't like rural Oklahoma. If it's in like a metropolitan area, it's gone.
Absolutely.
Thought that was a great learning experience.
Yeah.
Good job though.
I haven't taken a call to where the person who's the point of contact was not the seller. That was my very first one.
Yeah, we just gotta. For me, I just like navigate it, and I'm just like, and I only talk to that person, who's like who is the decision maker, and the other person there who like maybe making the decision with them, depending on like how much influence they have, I will address it accordingly.
Yeah. Well, I learned a lot. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys get good? Could you guys even hear that? Because that was really good for you guys if you were listening. Dustin, I've been cold calling every day, same as you. Still nothing. I got back from driving for dollars. I'm interested in starting PPC or a program like iSpeed to Lead. What are your thoughts? I would use Lead Zolo. I love Lead Zolo. If not Lead Zolo, property leads and iSpeed to Lead and motivated leads. But Lead Zolo for us has been awesome. That right there we were talking about is like the decision-making process, to where if I have them on the phone, I don't necessarily want to let them off the phone, and I just want to go back and forth, and I do put people on hold and be okay, if I can make this work for you, and I go back to my team and I'm like, hey, here's where we need to be at. Is that something that would work for you? And they're like, okay, yeah, if it's there, sweet. And then I'll just put them on hold and I'll look at it and like, okay, what are we going to make here? Great. Hey, here's what we're looking at. If you can meet us here, do we have a done deal? Yes. All right, sweet. And it's a little bit of negotiation in that back and forth where you can get it pinned down and get it for every penny. That's just how I like to do it because I found myself getting lazy on negotiations and locking up a little bit too higher. But let's say if we do 100 deals and we negotiate for an extra $1,000 on every deal, and it does actually matter, that's an extra $100,000 to the bottom line, right? So that skill really does matter for me, and it does matter to like pin them down like that. And these are all just like virtual phone sales, to where it's a little bit different, and it is like a lot of it's high reps. And again, people aren't taking. There's this Nicholas guy. Let's see how this goes. People aren't taking classes on how to sell houses.
Leave your message for
But people are taking classes on how to buy houses, right? Like, because they don't do this every day. We do this every day. We'll call this Veronica lady.
Hello.
Hey, Veronica, it's Stratton. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're not going to be able to be at that $200,000 mark. It's too high for us to make any money. And I checked
Okay.
all the options we had, even our concierge option. It's a little bit too thin. If you could negotiate down, I'd say 10, 20 grand, we could make it work. But if not, it's too thin.
I don't know. 90? Maybe 90.
Maybe 90.
Yeah.
If I could, I don't know if we would even be able to get to 90. Would 185 be feasible?
No. If I was going to do that, I'd let my neighbor have it. So that was his offer.
It was 185, and so you just want to
Yeah.
beat your neighbor? What if I gave you
Yeah.
186 then and I beat your neighbor?
It would have to be 90.
It would have to be 90. Let me check.
Yeah.
It's really, I wish we could help you. It's really thin. I'll let you know in about like 10 minutes.
Okay.
But if we could do 190, would you be ready to commit to working with us today?
Possibly.
What would be the reason you wouldn't want to commit with us if we could get you the 190?
Well, I really want to talk to my son, and how much time are you going to give me?
Honestly, our offers are only good for about 24 hours.
No, I mean how much time before I'd have to be out.
It'd be about 60 to 90 days.
$90 would be better.
Okay. If it needs to be longer, that's fine.
Okay, hon. Thank you.
Let me double check. And
Okay.
we could probably go 90 to 120. That's not a big deal.
Okay.
I'll see if 190 works. Regardless, I'll come back with an offer with you, and we'll close on your
Okay.
timeline. I would say if you could call your son right now, because I know is he working right now or is he asleep?
Yeah.
He's
He's
working.
already left for work. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're over in Maine. It's 6 o'clock. He left like an hour ago, right?
Yeah, it's 6:15. He actually only left about 6.
You think you could give him a call right now?
I can't because I know how busy he is when he first gets there.
Oh.
Maybe later on this evening I could.
So it's only 3 o'clock for me. And so I'll just
Okay.
wait till you give me a call back, and then we could go from there once you talk to your son.
Yeah, but you got to find out if 190 is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
I got to know that first.
I mean, what would be the pushback your son would have?
I don't think he'd have a problem with it. It's my decision, really.
Mm-hmm. So what would be, if it's your decision,
I would just like to rush it, run it by him.
if it's your decision, what would be the main reason you'd want to talk to him then?
I just want to run it by him.
Mm-hmm. But you already know he's going to say
deal.
yes? But you already know he's going to just say, yeah, do it, Mom. I have faith in you.
He's going to say, I just want to know what his opinion is, basically.
And it sounds like you already know what his opinion's going to be.
It doesn't, I mean, it's really my opinion that matters, but I just want to be considerate.
Okay, no problem.
He's helped me a lot. And we got to find a place to go.
Yeah, you do have to find a place to go, huh?
Yeah, that's why the 90 is much better than the 30. There's no way I could do it in 30 days.
No problem. Let me see what I can get going.
How soon would I get the money? Because I need the money to work with.
you wouldn't get the money really for until we close. We may be able to get you money so you can move out. But if that was the case, then you'd have to go lower than 90.
I can't. I
Because
just can't.
if we're going to essentially close on the house, give you some money, and then we'd have to hold some money back.
Yeah, I get that.
But at the same time, no. So we would close.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that.
And then we would do a holdback of some of your funds to give you money up front so you could get out of the house.
I don't want to screw this up, though. Just find out if you can do 90 first.
Okay.
Take one step at a time.
One step at a time. That's fine.
And then I can go from there.
Okay.
Thank you, honey.
Of course. Thank you, Veronica. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So I've been going back and forth with this woman. She's kind of crazy. And I feel comfortable letting her off the phone because I've let her off the phone before to make a decision, and then she just called us back. And it was like, yeah, I want to talk to my son. She's like, okay, my son said it's all good to go. So this is a house that we do an ovation on in Bangor, Maine. Let me pull it up. Because what we're gonna do an ovation on this. If I already explained to her what our novation option would be, so yeah, we would explain that we are wholesaling it and we need to pre-market it so she can get some money. Is the option we would go with. So the big thing when I'm doing novations, I want to see what stuff's on the market for. And I looked at it and it looked like 1600. We were at 200 and 200 was too tight. And I think the reason it was too tight, because as I was looking at it, yeah, there's a house for sale that's 200. Right now that's vacant, that's 1,700 square feet. That's why I need to leave myself comps. So her house is just a regular house, right? Nothing special with it. And then a house I'm looking at that's on the market right now, it's a regular house that's about 100 square feet bigger. And so if that house is 100 square feet bigger, we're kind of in a shit spot. And how long has this been on the market? This has been on the market for an unknown amount of days. It's a semi fixer upper with a nice backyard, but as is, probably the same as our shit. So that's why we have to be careful. There's another one fully remodeled on the other side of town for 3 something. We wouldn't be able to do that. Let me just get this address again. And one thing I'm working on personally is just overcoming the objection of them having to talk to someone else and pushing back on it a little bit. Because if they say they're the decision maker, why do you need to talk to your son? And you could see me like pushing back and her getting kind of frustrated with it. But sometimes you do have to be a little bit pushy to make sure that they're actually getting to the same place. So one's on the market that's 2,800 square feet for 349, right by ours. One's on the market for 164. There's a duplex on the market for 400. I want to see what's sold. Too big. Too big. Too big. Too big. So here's the other one. One sold on what was it? The 1st of this month. And so it sold on the 1st of this month, and it is a 3-1, 1,900 square feet, and it sold for 226 grand. That's why. And so we'll just keep her in the pipeline. And this is me shooting myself in my own foot because I should have said 20, 30 grand. She has to go down. And I'll just double check on our houses. Yeah, so on June 3rd, one sold for 225. That was a 3-1. Nice little house on the other side of the block. There's only one in the vicinity that sold. Here's one that sold for 290, fully remodeled. Well, semi-remodeled. That's a 3-2. So I can take this one into consideration. It sold for 292. And now I'm just seeing what stuff's selling at price per square foot. And I'm looking at this for a novation, not even for a wholesale. So this thing sold at 144 bucks a square foot. Has a nicer kitchen though. So if I look at our house, ours is 1628. So ours could be 235. If we think we could get 235 out of it, we could do a novation at 180 and we could make 20 grand. That's if we pay full commissions at 6%. If we could pay just 3%, we can make like 18 grand on this novation. That's if I think we can get 235 out of it. And now it's starting to get like tight. Because I don't know if we'd be able to get that much out of it. Just based off of what's going on. Do you ever disclose that you'll be wholesaling the deal or you just write it up in a contract? I think we have our inspection period is the entire contract. We have the property is contingent upon a final walkthrough inspection. And if anybody pushes back on it, I always say, well, and this has happened to me when I was selling a house. The day before I was about to sell the house lit on fire, or like the week before. And so I was like, no, we're going to do a final walkthrough inspection. And then nobody ever pushes back on it. So in the area, one other 4-2 sold, but it has a garage, it has a great yard for $290, and it's just the way it is. Oh, but then this one earlier, it's a 5-2, 1,400 square feet, and it's sold for $139. Where's that bitch? That was on the other side. If hers was in this place like Little City or whatever, it would have been a home run. Let me see if the agent representing this is still on it. I'm gonna call this agent right here who's selling a property up here in Bangor.
Hello, you've reached Zillow Incorporated. Our phone line dead.
Boo. That's not what I want. This is crazy. You can't even contact agents in this place. I'm looking for like the name. And there's no names. What a bitch. But man, these houses are all over the place. There's another 4-2 that's just like ours that's for sale for $89. Maine's weird this way. I don't know if I like it. I gotta be honest. I don't know if I trust the numbers, especially not with that one that's for sale at 90. That's a 4-2, 1,500 square feet. And one thing I've had to start doing that I haven't been doing is looking at on market shit. Because when I haven't looked on market, I've fucked myself. So 82 James Street, and I think we already have 77 Court Street as a comp. Yeah, and that one sold at probably Property radar is telling us it sold at 290, which is good. And I've had to start not chasing a deal, as dumb as that sounds. And I think our 82 James Street is our other comp that we have too. Nope. So we can look at this one, see what it did. Because the one thing I'm working on, yeah, we can get a bunch of contracts on the board, but then we really drag down our dispo side. So if I look at this as going at 235 instead of, and we only pay 3%, then, and we could do like a flat fee, we could make like 15K on innovation. I don't think that's bad. But we are going to have like 6% in closing costs. I'll give her a call back and tell her we can do 190 and see what happens. We'll see if we can get it done or not. Yo, Mr. Daniel, Mr. Hive Mind, Mr. Land Master. I'll just shoot her a text. And on what we'll do is we'll do 190. And if we get photos back and the photos are trashed and like we can't do it, then we'll just call her back immediately. Here's a new lead from Gene. He didn't pick up for a while. So this guy's looking for 350. So since we're adding novations, I'm going through all of our leads we haven't been able to like get to the finish line. And seeing what we can do. So right now I'm looking at this house over in Pennsylvania. I don't even know where the hell this is. It's like an hour outside of Pittsburgh and Washington. And this house that we're looking at, it's a really good house, but it's a 3.5, 3,500 square feet. This one has like a really nice garage for like 330, and it's not really moving. But it's only been on the market 17 days. Here's one for 465. They went all out on this one. It's been on the market for 11 hours, so they put it up today. Jeez, but then here's some little like dinky semi-flipped house, 3,200 square feet for 3,300. No, for 150 grand. Now I'm gonna check solds.
Hi, this is Gene. Leave me a message. Hi, this is Gene. Leave me a message. Hi, this is Gene. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Gene, this is Stratton. You reached out to our company about selling that property on Kish. We may be able to help you out. Your home may qualify for another option that's not a cash option. If you could just reach out to me, I'd love to talk to you about it. I hope you have a great day. If I don't hear from you tomorrow, I'll just give you a call. Okay. So with that one, I think nothing over there is like fully remodeled, right? That's tough. Never mind. I thought we could make a bunch of money. If I think we could get as is at like 360, which probably isn't bad. Oh well. On to the next.
Play Clever Steve's voicemail. Please leave your name, number, and a quick message, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Thanks for calling. At the tone, please.
Let me see if she picks up off my cell phone. She texted me that she was naked on her couch because she was so hot. Oh, wow. Hey, Esther, this is Stratton. You reached out to us about selling that property on West Point Drive. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Yeah, it's okay. I am at work, but I can talk for a few minutes.
Oh, you got like 5-10 minutes?
What is it again?
Do you have like 5-10 minutes?
Sure.
Great. How much were you looking to walk away with when you sold this one?
I try to sell it by owner, and my listing price is $950 because my house is on a lakefront, and it is a 88 feet of lakefront. And all the houses here in Alaska on the lake, it's listing for over $1 million. But I just I put down for $950, but it's negotiable, So
So you tried to sell it at $950, but then it didn't sell?
no, that's my lease price. But I cannot go lower than 900 or 930.
And do you have it for sale by owner or below?
I tried to list it there, but I have not. So I order my sign and everything what I'm looking for because I'm not in a rush. What I'm looking for, if I can sell it, I have to buy a house in California because I am gonna move back to California.
Oh, nice. Can I tell you typically how our calls go with our clients?
Yes.
So they want to know how much we can get them, when they can get it by, and what our process looks like. Am I missing anything?
Okay. Sure, you can tell me about it.
Okay, great. And then my entire goal by the end of it is just to help you make a yes or no decision whether or not it makes sense to work with us. Is that okay?
That's okay.
And then in order for me just to find out if we can help you at all and buy the house, I'm going to have to ask you a couple questions. And some of them may even come across as personal. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Great. And then at the end of it, like I said, naturally, one or two things will happen. Either we'll work together or we won't. If at any point in time I feel like we're not a good fit for you, I'll let you know. I just want you to feel comfortable doing the same.
Okay.
Great. And then can I share with you my biggest fear?
Did I sell it in lower than price?
Oh, no. My biggest fear is you just sound like a really nice woman and you'd be afraid to hurt my feelings by just telling me no, and you'd want to tell me think it over. Could you promise me you won't do that to me?
Sure.
Great. And what was the reason you wanted to move back to California?
Well, I have all my family there, and I lost a son earlier this year, and we sent him to bury in California. So after that, I just want to move back to my family.
Oh, what part of California?
San Francisco.
Okay, I'm out in Fresno right now, so I'm not too far away.
Oh,
Okay, what part of San Francisco are you from?
I lived in San Mateo and then for 22 years, and then I moved from over there to Oakley, and I lived there for I think 5 years before I moved up here to Alaska.
Okay, my wife is from Monterey, so a little far away.
Oh, okay.
Not too far away.
I'm familiar with that. I've been to Monterey.
Okay, and then what was the reason you even moved up to Alaska?
My husband wanted to move to Alaska. His job.
What does he do for a living?
He used to commercial fishing, but now he's not. He's working for the city of Anchorage.
Oh. Okay, and then he wants to move back too?
Well, he's gonna. He wanted to move because I wanted to move, but he wanted to stay and retire. He had 4 more years to retire.
Oh, so you're probably just going to commute and go back and forth while he retires?
Yes.
Okay. And you said these houses are selling at $950?
Well, there is a few houses that sell in my, there is a house that like down the street from my house. It's like a little over 1,000 square foot um, from my house, but it's newer than my house. It was built in 2012. Um, they sell it for 2 million, 2.2. But my house is like I think 1,400 square foot um, less than that house. But I had two kitchen, one kitchen. They have more bathrooms. They have 8 bathrooms. I only have 3, and they have 7 bedrooms, but I have 6 bedrooms.
Wow. Let me see here. Just double check and see if we have the right stuff. I'm not seeing that house sold at that much. How long ago was that?
It's still in the market. It's on west. It's on. What is it?
Oh, 2.2 million, and it's been sitting on the market for about 90 days.
Oh, it's been sitting on the market for 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that house is like a few houses from my house, but my house is have nice, better view, and my house is closer to the stores and restaurants than that house. That house is below, down the street from my house.
I got to be honest with you, ma'am. They remodeled this house on the inside, and it's about 1,500 square feet bigger.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's a lot newer. Yeah, they put in a lot of work into this.
Not only that house, but if you look on all the houses on the lake, I am on the main lake on Wholesale Lake. There is a few houses on the lake, but it's not close to town, and it's all those houses is less over $1 million.
And what's the reason you don't just list it with a realtor?
What is it again?
What's the reason you don't just list it with a realtor?
I don't want to pay their commission. I have 5 realtors already call me, but I didn't want to pay their commission.
And what makes you think that an investor would help you make more than a realtor would?
Well, they will make, if they wanted to make an offer, they will make a few, maybe over 100,000 if they wanted to, But like I'm not in a rush, so.
I gotta be honest with you, ma'am. I'm looking at the one over on Palmdale. Have you seen that one on the other side of the lake with a dock?
Where is it?
3220 East Palmdale.
I'm not familiar with that. Is it on the lake?
It's on the lake. It has more land and it has its own private dock.
I'm not familiar with that area.
And that one is on the market for 900. And I think it's been sitting for 87 days. So we wouldn't be anywhere close to 900 if this house is bigger, more remodeled, has more land, and it has a dock. I don't think your price of 900,000 is very realistic.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just keep it, and because I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah, I mean, I always just try and shoot straight with our people and let them know where they would be at. But that one on Palmdale kind of shoots you in the foot.
Yeah. I think that's far away down, maybe it's not in town. And that's why it's because my house is right in town. You can walk to the store, you can walk to the restaurant, and you can walk to the dentist. The dentist is just across the street from my house.
Mhm.
So that house that you were talking about, it might be like way down, maybe it's like a couple miles away from town.
Okay. Well, good luck with selling your home. If you can't really budge off on that 900, I completely understand, but we probably just aren't a good fit for you.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. You have a great day.
Bye.
So that lead, that is how generally I'm going to let someone down. Is like you just want to bring the actual comps and the reality to them and see what they say. Generally, they're not going to take it very well. One comp down the street on the lake with triple the land and a better, more updated house / a dock. For 900K. Has been on there for 90 days. Retail lead. And every lead doesn't get an offer for me. Like if we have like stabbing distance available for them, I'd say yeah. But like there's no stabbing distance on that. We need to be like 600 grand. Because like this is in Alaska. Even if it is on a lake, it's tough. Put them on a drip campaign, mark it as a dead lead, call it a day. Someone from Flint just texted us. Looks like we've already talked to her. Let me see. No good for us. On to the next. And Saturdays have been our best days to get people back on the phone. So we'll go 4 more minutes. See if we can get anyone else new. Call our live a day. Exactly. People lie, numbers don't. And these people are crazy with their numbers. It happens. It's a part of the game. And when you spell it out to them in plain English and they still don't budge, like there's not much you can do.
Please leave your message.
Please leave your message. Please leave your message.
On the next lead.
Care system. If you are having a medical or mental health emergency, please hang up and dial 9.
We're just gonna have to put him on other. Move him to a dead lead. Non-working phone number. Jeez. All right, guys, we're gonna call it a day for today. I'll probably hop on the phone a little bit later. We're gonna stop with our live. If I hop on a Zoom call with that other kid, though, I'll probably hop on a live and we'll live stream that. Exactly. People have to respect the honesty. And some people just don't want to hear the bad news. It's okay. They don't have to hear the bad news. We aren't going to go over for today. We're still going to try and get some of these under contract. If we get one, I'll let you know. We got these 3 other ones. Hopefully we can sell them for them and we'll get it done. But I'll see you guys tomorrow morning bright and early. Hopefully we can hit 10 contracts this week. Peace.